Alright, welcome back, my beloved hobbits, to Minecraft once again. And yes, we are back in this world, so you know what's about to happen. In 3, 2, 1, BAM! Another shaders. Yes, I know, I just did a video on this, but I got a request for doing a review on this shader pack, and I went and looked at it, and I'm like, you know what, that actually looks pretty nice. I think I'll go take a little peek at it. See how it looks, and yeah, I'll do a review on it. And if it's as easy of a setup, I don't have to do another setup video. So if you are curious on using this texture pack, it is the exact same process to install it as the Sonic Ether. So if you just go watch that video and instead use the download link down in the description for this, you can set it up exactly as the other pack that I showed you guys. So it's using Optifine, and that's it. As you can see, we again have some very nice shading on this pier, where it's not all harsh and just bright underneath like it would be in actual Minecraft. Got the shadows, and I do have the, let me just go to the, I do have the extreme, so this is the highest you can actually get it. So this is the highest quality besides doing it yourself that you're gonna see it if you're watching this in 1080. So we got the nice water here. It's very, very clear, at least the higher you go up, which I find slightly strange, but I mean, it all depends on the guy who makes it. So it is very wavy, almost like you've got goggles on, kind of. So it's not as fuzzed out, and you can see things pretty clearly. So you don't really need night vision, because it's actually clearer than if you're in the Minecraft default texture. You do have this weird thing, although that happens with the other one as well, and it's just because you've got air with a block, so it's like trying to do the normal lighting on this block while also doing the water. So it's just something with that. So if you don't want that to happen, just replace it with a full block and you'll be fine. We come out. It does have a slight, I guess, lighting change, like flare is what you'd call it. Here's our nice little waterfall. Very crystal clear, like a nice spring would have. One thing I did notice is that it has more of a, like, the color, I'm trying to, wrong buttons. You see that color? It's more of like, you know, when you see bubbles flying through the air and you've got that kind of, you know, random coloration to it. That's kind of what this has. You can see the squid swimming through, all fun and nice and smooth and stuff. We have the trees over here. Got a nice wave going on. Nice shadows. Anyway, moving on. We got a nice little pig here. Hello, Mr. Pig. He's eating some dirt right now. Let's not disturb him. And some more water. Do the roses wave? Yes, they do. Huh. That's nice. That's nice. Does the mushroom wave? It shouldn't wave. Alright, cool. Mushrooms do not wave. My terrible building job, I know. Anyway, alright, so let's go inside before rain starts or something. Let me just make sure weather is clear so that I can show you guys that in a little bit. So, again, we have the nice stained glass. It is a bit wavier than the other one. The light differences is kind of weird sometimes. Again, we have the other colored ones, and he kind of left the little bitty pixels. He didn't completely redo the whole thing, so that's kind of nice. It still gives it that Minecrafty feel without it looking extremely like Minecraft. So we had the nice homey fire over here. We got the nice torches, and no matter what texture or shader pack or whatnot you have, you're gonna get that cornering right there. It's just because there's stairs, so no matter what, you're gonna get that. The chest is very bright, but anyway, back to the review. So yeah, let's change it to nighttime and take a look at what it is when the moon is out and everything is nice and dark. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you the sunset real quick. It is very nice. I like how the sun is completely circular. There is no weird Minecraft sun behind it. So if we just watch it here, it does get nice and gradually dark. And the sky looks very, very nice. We have the stars starting to come out. And the light's going away, as it should. And there it goes behind the horizon. And if we were down here, this is what it would look like. Very nice. Very smooth. Not too sudden, but not too slow either. Just the right amount. Clouds are still there. It's still setting. And yeah, so there you go. There's the sunset. I will wait until it is darker, and I will show you guys the nighttime for this shader pack. Alright guys, so here we are in the nighttime landscape. We got a nice pale lighting going on here. We still got some shadows. The moon rays are in effect, so if we go through these trees a little bit, we do have the moon rays. So that is a very nice feature with shaders. I think that's mostly in all the shaders, but I just like to check for that. You know, the sun and moon rays is always nice because it adds that tiny little bit more of realism. So we take a stroll through the woods. Very dark, but not so dark that you can't see. It might be darker on your screen just because that's how YouTube is. But if you're doing this on your own computer, it is considerably brighter than... I wouldn't say brighter than Minecraft, but brighter than I normally see stuff with shaders on. So that is a surprise that it's actually so bright. You can see very nicely, we got a couple of mobs here. All in all, it is very nice. The fog is very smooth. As you can see, the normal Minecraft fog, if I can get a good look at it, is a nice smooth fog. It's not, you know, just not there, or, you know, whatever you want to say. So we got some mountainous areas here. And yeah, very nice. Very nice indeed. Alright guys, so we're back over here in our plains of cows and stuff, and you know what happens next is that we go look at the weather. So weather, rain. So as you can see, the cloud cover becomes very overcast. You get a thicker fog, and then the wind starts to blow madly. The ground does get wet, and if you can tell, I'm going to try and move around, like around these cows. You will notice a slight wave going on the screen, like water is dripping down onto the screen. So that's a nice feature. I personally don't really care for it because it makes me feel like a screen and not a avatar in a game. But it is a nice feature for those of you who do like it. I just felt like that should be pointed out because it is different from everything else that I've seen. And again, we have the patchy rain puddles. The reflection is also there. It's not complete, so it is different than others, but it is there. And it's not as glossy. It is a bit more, it does have a bit more noise to it, so it's not a flat glassy look. It is still somewhat glassy, but it's not just completely reflecting everything as it looks up top. So as you can see, the rain does give the water a more foggier effect until you're like right over, but even then it is still very foggy. Let's go underneath the water. And again, you still have the Minecrafty textures, so it's still Minecraft, but it just looks nicer. So it does make it a lot duller outside, and then it still makes this very... Like, this is almost more... The water here is almost more realistic, besides the coloring, in my opinion, than other ones that I've seen. So let's go back over here, turn it to nighttime, and then you guys can see how dark it gets with the rain. So time, set, night. And as you can see, it is kind of greenish. Almost a blue-green. It does get quite dark, but that's just normal Minecraft. And you do have the weird, like, circling thing, but that's just how Minecraft renders. So if we just walk around here, bit dark, kind of hard to see. Although, I mean, in the night, it should be hard to see. We got some zombies here. And we got some zombie villagers. And look, new skin. Forgot to mention, this is also 1.10. And one thing is that this cannot go below, I believe, 1.8. If I get that wrong, I'll flash it across the screen as to what version it actually is. But I do believe it cannot go lower than 1.8. The developer said so. Otherwise, you have to get an older version. This is... Let me just show you guys what this is. Video settings shaders. It is Robobo 1221s shaders version 6.1. So this version cannot go below 1.8. So let's bring out the sun. Let's just go time set day. We are all bright and hunky-dory. There's a witch. Nice old witch. And let's just watch the sun rise and see what the water does. Weather. Clear, if I can even do it right. So we have another nice transition. The sky transitions well. And the water is basically gone. Trying to look for patchiness here. It doesn't look like there's any wet spots. So it does dissipate very quickly for them being puddles, but that's just the shader pack's preference, I guess, is what he preferred to do. So, again, you're going to have some variances, but yeah, so there we go. Alright, so we are back here, and we're going to go check out a cave. We're going to go check out a cave, and then we're going to go check out the Nether. I'm trying to do the showcase basically the same way I did the other one, so that you guys can compare the two. I will, during the comparisons, have some... When I do the comparison between Sonic Ethers and this, I will have some screenshots going on when I'm more of just talking and not actually really showing. And you guys can see the differences between the two. If I can find my cave, it's over here somewhere. I will show you a cave. There it is. Alright, so we hop down here. Got a nice transition. And we hop on down here. And this is what the underground looks like. So we got some water here. That is kind of trippy with it being so clear. You almost don't notice it till it's kind of too late. So watch out for that. You can tell when it's coming down, but when it's on the ground, unless you hear it, you could accidentally mistaken it just for a split second that you're going to be fine jumping down onto here, and then you go like, oh no, it's wavy. That's not going to work out. So nice glow for the lava. It just looks, it looks very nice. It's nice and bright. So it's not a super dark environment, which is always a good thing, so you don't have to hold a torch. Well, let me get a torch, actually, so that you guys can see that as well. Get a torch. And here's the glowing of the torch while you're holding it in your hand. And since this is Optifine, it will glow while it's just in your hand. So, very nice grading with it coming and then going. And yeah, that's basically the underground. I will show you something about the underground later in the comparison that sometimes happens, which is very sad, but you know, everything's got something to go on. What is my screen doing? That is weird. Alright, anyway. So let's go over to the Nether. Alright guys, so here we are at the Nether portal. Just gonna take a quick look at the Nether portal. As you can see, it's not really waving at all. It's almost like it's completely still. But if you look at it, it does give it a nice purple tint looking through. It's very clear. It's not really blocking anything. That's weird. Well, there. Oh, all right. Oh, hey, looky there. If the light shines through on that side, it will actually cast the proper shadowing. Huh. Fancy. And we're back. Okay, so the thing I was trying to show you before insta teleported me, let me just go into survival real quick so I don't actually do that again. Game mode 0. Boom. We're in survival, right? Nope. Accidentally did a slash. Alright, there we go. Okay, so as you can see... Oh, no, don't teleport me. As you can see, if you look back, water. No water. Water. No water. So this can almost be used as an exploit to look for the Guardian Temple. Well, let's actually go into the Nether this time. Boom. Here we go. Alright, so we are in the Nether. So as you would expect, very dark. Very, very dark. The glow is very subtle. It is a nice gray fog. It's not overpowering. It's not red, as you might expect, which is actually very nice. So the Nether here looks very, very nice. You go down here, you've got these guys, you've got the new blocks that are in 1.10. Very nice glow. and just all around a very nice look to the Nether. Now, it is kind of dark, so being on these fortresses, you might want to be careful and maybe carry a torch just so that you can see the ground. So we do have blaze glowing. That's very nice. Let me see if I can even... There we go. So, yeah, if you have no torch, kind of hard to see where you're going. So you might... Oh, no! Fall down a hole. So I'd always carry a torch in your inventory. And since you're in 1.10, you can always go here and just always have it there. So that you can, you know, have your sword going or your bow or whatever. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to compare is the water. So as you can see, the water is like this, and I will have some screenshots going. I'm going to kind of just overlay it, maybe take up most of the screen for a couple of seconds, so don't worry if I'm talking and you can't see what I'm talking about. It's just going to be better if I do side by side sometimes, or kind of phase them through, because I did take them in the exact same spot, so I'll probably like kind of split it. But anyway, don't worry about it. You'll see it when you see it. So first thing we're going to look at is the water. So as you can see, it is very clear, very crisp, and it's almost like a natural spring. But if we... time set. Yay, okay. But if we go back to Sonic Ethers, version 11.0, it is very blue. It has the nice haze to it. It's not crystal clear, and it's slightly more natural. You do have this weird, I don't know what that's all about. So that is one thing to kind of watch out for, I guess, is to look at different situations. If you're planning on doing a cinematic of a waterfall, obviously Sonic Ethers is not really going to work out for you unless it's something in my settings. It could be something in my settings, so might want to research that a bit. But otherwise, water looks a bit more realistic. The light shining through is a bit more, again, realistic to what actual life is, which is what shaders are attempting to do, is make Minecraft look more real. So as you can see, you got that, and then you got that. So it's just kind of more realistic to me. And then again with Sonic Ethers, you've got the really foggy, more real type of lighting where you wouldn't really be able to see much. With the other one, it's a bit more of like a night vision effect almost, where you can see pretty clearly. So I guess if you still want to have shaders, you could have both of them, and then when you do like Guardian Temple stuff, you could switch to this one so that you can still see underwater and do what you need to do, but it looks nice at the same time. So I guess that is kind of a perk to it. So if we come out of the water, you know, or we look above, it's very, very fuzzy and it's very bright. And then again, when we come out, very bright, and then it dulls down. The sky is very different. It's a lot more thicker clouds, I would say, just bigger clouds. They're not as stringy or small and tiny. If we look at the wind effects here, these are actually static. So that is one thing that I do like about the Robo one, is that it actually makes the tall plants wave like they actually would. So I don't know if that's a later feature in Sonic Ethers that he's working on, because he does do other things. He doesn't just do the Minecraft shaders. You know, most of these people, it's kind of like a side project that he just decide to do, you know, for fun or to see if they can do it. So yeah, and then if we look at this landscape here and then compare it to this, it is much, much brighter. The lighting is a lot harsher, and the shadowing is a bit weirder, in my opinion. It's not perfect. None of them are going to be perfect, because this is just Minecraft, so you can only go so far. But, I mean, you just look at the shading differences, which I did forget to mention in the last one. If you didn't see it down in the comments or in the description, with version 11.0 of Sonic Ethers, you're supposed to have old lighting on, and that kind of makes the foliage darker, more like underneath. It makes it a lot darker, like it actually would be, like shade. So that's one thing I forgot to mention. But As you can see, the shading is not completely perfect, as it's never going to be, because it's Minecraft. It's not a game engine or anything, even though it's pretty much becoming a game engine. But, yeah, so if you just compare the two sites, it is a lot smoother. It's not as hard on the eyes. We go back into the house. Very dark in here. And then once we put... Let's get into a corner here. And once we put on the other shader pack... Boom. Very bright, very cartoony-ish, almost. So it just kind of depends. Like, if you're doing cinematic stuff, it kind of depends on what feel you're going for. If you're going for a more darker... I wouldn't say darker, but... I mean, that's basically all I can really describe it as. A more shaded, I guess, kind of look on it, then you want to use this. But if you want to be more cartoony in your cinematics, then you're going to want to go with Robo. So... there you go. One thing I did not show yet is the texture packs, which I just now realized. So let's just go ahead and show that while we got Robo on, and show the compatibility with the textures. He doesn't have a texture pack recommended, so I can't put that down in the link, or down in the description. So yeah, let's just turn on my favorite textures, and, well, my favorite texture, and you guys can see how well it works with the textures. So as you can see, still very bright, but it does work. It's not like it's glitching out or anything. It works with textures. With this texture pack specifically, it kind of makes everything, again, a bit more smoother. So this did become slightly brighter because it's not a darker tone like it was before. The leaves work really well. You do see some division. Again, I don't know if that's the texture pack or what. I didn't really notice it with the default, but it might just be how leaves react. So, and then if we go over to, oh wait, hold up, inside with the texture pack. All right, so this is what the inside looks like with the texture pack. As you saw it before, you can just kind of go back and compare. I didn't take any inside shots for comparison screenshots, so that's something you can experience on your own, honestly. I'm not going to be able to show you everything in these showcases. Just big chunks of, you know, what's different or what stuff looks like. So, yeah. And let's go over to these facts. Take that off. No need for it to be over there. And this is what it looks like with the oh-so-popular Sphax texture pack. Oh, I didn't even know squids were varied. Huh, I never play with Sphax on, so I don't really know these things. So here we have it with one of the most popular texture packs going on. Again, 32 by 32, that's all I really use. I don't go any higher because there's no need. Here's the leaves. Again, I think it's just something with leaves, honestly. And the water still looks nice. The water didn't really change. You have the textures underneath, still looking the same. And all in all, it still looks very nice. Now, the sand does look kind of weird with Sphax, but that's just because of the texture pack, so it's not the lighting, it's just the texture pack, really. I've never really liked the sand in Sphax. Everything else is pretty nice. Oh, here we have the rain. I guess we're going to show it working with the rain as well as the texture pack. Still very nice. You got the nice glows here. Still working out. Got the thunder. And yeah. So I think that's all I can really compare. We got some lightning over there. But yeah, I think that's really all I can compare the two with. At least on the good side, really. I'm gonna try and show you the underground glitch with the Robo. There is an underground glitch that sometimes happens, so if we do weather clear, and yes, I know I could just do the up arrow and get to it faster, but sometimes it's just faster to type it out. So sometimes there is a glitch that happens. Let me see if I can recreate it. If I can't get it to work, then I guess rippy dippy that. But it's not wanting to. Not wanting. Maybe if I switch. Maybe it happens when I switch it. I guess we can also do a comparison of underground. So here's the underground with Sonic Ethers. It is very foggy and dark, and it is a bit harsher on the lava. But it's a bit more undergroundy. Lava would be very bright underground. Water is actually almost clear. Almost harder to notice. I didn't realize that last time I looked underground. Interesting. Alright, so let's see if it happens when I switch. Yep, there it is. Alright, so here's the glitch. Alright, so as you saw, I was on Sonic Ethers, and then I switched to this, and now you've got all this weird lighting effects, and I can't get rid of them. I literally cannot get rid of them. I fly around, try and, you know, get the glitch to fix itself, and it just doesn't. So I guess lesson learned being, I put that block there. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. Okay. So lesson being, don't switch texture packs, at least with Robo, because it seems to freak it out and just completely glitch it out. So, and then even when I fly out, unless it's gonna fix itself this time. Let's see. So we fly out, we fly back in. And it still hasn't fixed itself, so I guess you have to unload the chunks or something. It's probably what it is, so just be wary of that if you want to switch between the two and you want to go into an underground scene for cinematic or whatnot, or your series. Just keep that in mind and make sure the chunks are unloaded. That way it should load properly, which is what I think happened when I couldn't get the glitch to work. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. And let's go compare the Nether real quick, and we will definitely end it off. Alright, so we are back in the Nether with the chunks loading. And again, here's the Robo, and then you compare it to Sonic Ethers. Come on, switch. And as you can see, it is very, very different. You've got an orange haze. It's kind of harsh on the eyes, honestly. I'm not a particular fan of the Nether with Sonic Ethers, so that is one thing I do like about the Robo shader pack, is that it's not as harsh with all the lava. Although, if you're in a place with lava everywhere, I mean, it would be pretty harsh on your eyes, so it's not like you can really blame the guy for making it look the way it looks. But, I do believe the glitch also happens, the underground glitch happens here as well. Maybe? No? Okay. I think I had it happen the very first time I came in, and that was it. So, it could just do with the first time loading the chunks and it freaking out with all the weird underground lighting. So, keep that in mind as well. And, yeah, I guess I can leave you off in the nighttime, as it is nighttime here now. So, here's night. And the nighttime. So if you do like the circular moon, I guess you can use the other one. And you don't like it so dark, because again, if you do this, and then as you can see, it does kind of blur a little bit, and then you do this, it is a lot brighter and easier to see. So it's really almost, you could use them both at the exact same time, just, you know, certain situations switch to a certain texture pack. Because certain texture pack... I keep on saying texture pack. Dag now, shader pack, people. Shader pack. Certain shader packs will be better at some things, and other shader packs will be better at other things. It just depends on the artist's preference to stuff. So it's more of a personal preference. Or if the community really doesn't like something, they will change it. But yeah, so... there is my review and comparison. If you have made it this far, then congrats, you have officially watched the longest review I have done of a shader pack, because I had to do the comparison as well. Just because Sonic Ethers is one of the better ones, I think, out there, as in realism, and it's got the nice lighting, and I just think it's an all-around more accepted one. I do like the more... non-accepted type stuff, you know, when it comes to anything like mods and stuff like that, as long as they work really well and they're not just weird thrown together stuff. So if you do have a suggestion for another shader pack, please put it in the comments down below, and if it does have a different installation, also maybe comment that so that I can prepare to make another installation. If I do end up liking the shader pack, I'll have to make another installation video that should hopefully apply to other ones as well. So if you do, again, want to suggest, do that in the comments. Leave in the comment whether it'll need a different type of installation. And yeah, so this has been the Robobo 1221s shaders version 6.1 for Minecraft 1.8, 1.9, and 1.10 on Optifine. You can use this on servers. You can use this on single player, cinematics, you know, just do whatever you want with it. It will be completely safe no matter where you're using it, unless for some reason your server does not accept Optifine, which would be weird. But anyway, so I hope you all have enjoyed today's episode of shader reviews or whatnot. I don't know why I called it an episode. It's just, I hope you have enjoyed today's review on the Robo 1221s shader pack. So if you did enjoy it, download link is in the description. And if you do not know how to install it, it is the exact same as the Sonic Ethers. So just watch that video and replace the Sonic Ethers file with the Robo file, which the download link will be in description. So I hope you all did enjoy, and I will see you all next time.